Hello and welcome to the Blue Gaffer FC. Welcome to our fourth video on the channel. As you can see, I'm using a new recording studio for this. So hopefully what it means is that quality of what you're seeing on the screen is better. The audio quality is better. We've got a little blue screen behind me that is exactly on the right-hand side of the screen as well. Today we are talking about Argentina, the current reigning world champions. And the question is, can Lionel Messi and Argentina retain and win the World Cup for a second time in a row? Comment your thoughts. We've got a lot to cover in this video. It's hopefully going to be, as you can see, I'm new to this YouTube scene, but as the videos progress, you're hopefully going to see a lot of brand new stuff, okay, coming into the channel. So make sure you like and subscribe. And without further ado, we're going to go straight into the video. So you would have seen this, some of you, my little short video that I uploaded after Argentina's 3-0 victory over Algeria. I'm posting this, I think it's the day or two before Argentina's second group stage game. And as soon as I watched that game, because I did watch it live, and I said, this is why Argentina will retain as world champion. Okay, and then I'm gonna present to you from a little bit of a coaching lens. So hopefully you see a little bit of slightly different content to what's out there, more a coaching perspective of me as a professional coach, giving my reaction into this. And I think the simple fact that on that same day, we saw Mbappe and Haaland shine on the scene for France and Norway, respectively. And Lionel Messi said, okay, boys, hold my beer because here I come. And he scores an amazing hat-trick. An amazing hat-trick. There was a little bit of controversy whether he should have got a red card. I don't think it was a red card at all. But Lionel Messi showing his prowess, showing his leadership, showing his quality. And I think also, and I'm going to make a bold statement 2 minutes into this video. Hopefully it hooks some of you in, or some of you are definitely going to go out when I say this. As Ronaldo and Lionel Messi have slowly both aged, I think it's answered the question, who's the better footballer? Because I think throughout their career, it was always difficult to tell because they had a lot of similarities. But I think now, as they both got older, I have a very, very simple answer. Lionel Messi is the best footballer to ever grace the planet. Why? Because I watched Portugal against Congo. And Ronaldo, the only good thing that happened in the game from Cristiano was his movement off the ball. However, he was moving. I don't understand whether it's a Ronaldo thing or whether it's a manager thing. Why is he a striker now? Why does he not have a free role like Messi does, like Mbappe does? Why is he not a winger? Because what he's good at, and what he's always been good at, is getting the ball and using his step-overs and going at players. And Messi does that. Look at his first goal. He picks up the ball in the half space, drives, hits it, bang. Look at his third goal. Exactly the same. And that's what, for me, makes Messi a better player. He's going to get the ball, and at the age of 38, 39, 40, he's going to dribble past 3 or 4 players, and he's going to score. Ronaldo doesn't do that anymore. He's waiting in the box for a tap-in nowadays. That's the reality. That's my opinion. Lionel Messi's the better footballer. Enough about Portugal and Ronaldo. We're going straight into Argentina. And this, for me, is an example of what their best starting 11 is or could be. And when I look at it, when I really break it down, because I remember I did my original predictions video, and I'm not going to spoil it because there's another prediction at the end here. But I didn't see Argentina's squad as being as good as they are. Okay. And now when I really look at this squad, hopefully with you guys, and the next couple of slides are going to go down into a tactical route of this squad. But Martínez in goal is arguably one of, if not the best goalkeeper at this World Cup in terms of current form. And then you have a back four of Tagliafico, Martínez, Romero, and Molina, who are all very experienced, who are all solid defenders. And then you have, in my opinion, a really creative midfield three of McAllister, De Paul, and Fernández. Now, how you play that, if you play 2 down and 1 up, or if you play 1 down and 2 up in terms of the 3 rotation, it's an incredible midfield line. And as a Chelsea fan, I can obviously speak only very highly of Enzo Fernández. And then their front three for me is even better. You have Álvarez, Martínez, and of course Lionel Messi. And what I love about Argentina is the way that they play Lionel Messi. He might play as a wide player, but he will be everywhere and he will receive pockets. He has a free role, and that's credit to Scaloni. He knows he's got the best player, arguably in the world, and he says, right, Lionel, forget the tactics for a little moment. When we're in possession, get into the spaces that you know best to pick up the ball. And for me, that's part of why they won it 4 years ago, and that's part of why they do have a really strong chance of winning it again, because this squad is really, really top. And we're going to go into a little bit more detail now. But before we do that, Argentina's road to the final. Well, I had a little look. Obviously, I created all the graphics for this, and help with this studio that I'm using for recording. But I had a little bit of Opta analysis and a little bit using AI to work out where and who they might face in different rounds based on the maths, basically, and the probability of each round. So round of 32, if Argentina win their group and Uruguay finish second, it would be a Uruguay game. And as much as I am a big fan of Marcelo Bielsa, and as much as they are one of my dark horses for this World Cup, so this isn't my prediction, this is what the data tells us, because I still think Uruguay have a chance of winning that group after I saw how poor Spain were. So it could be a Spain-Argentina game. But I do think if Argentina play Uruguay, Uruguay don't have much of a chance. Round of 16 then looks likely to be Egypt. And again, Egypt don't have a chance. I don't even need to spend long debating that. And that sets up this match that everyone wants to see. Okay, everyone wants to see this match. Because this even happened in my predictions video. Quarterfinal, Messi against Ronaldo, Argentina against Portugal. This is what the world wants to see, right? But Portugal need to step it up because they drew 1-1 to Congo. And if you saw my shorts video, I even got my, if I can grab it, I even got my tactics board out in my little shorts video. And I started going through in detail my sort of tactical analysis of Portugal and their 4-3-3 failure against Congo. Check it out in the shorts if you haven't. And I said in my original predictions video that Portugal win that game. And I said that for a couple of reasons. I said that because I feel that they have just about enough to go into that game and win the game on the basis and on the back of Ronaldo's never won a World Cup. Portugal's never won a World Cup. And I think they just have a little bit more motivation. However, watching Argentina's opening game and watching Portugal's opening game, my whole narrative is now flipped. And that's the interesting thing. When we make these predictions, and my YouTube channel was started around the World Cup, so I'm building videos as it goes. So, of course, things will change. You'll have emotional responses, but I'm also going to see tactical responses and the reality of how some teams perform and how others don't perform. And I actually think Argentina beat Portugal now. But either way, that sets up a semi-final. Now, in my predictor that I did, and I did use a software for it also, the bracket was actually France to face Argentina in the semi-final. And I said France win that. And I stick by that prediction. I really, really stick by that prediction because I saw how France played against Senegal. I saw Mbappe. I see their attack. And I'm mind blown at how good they are. Completely mind blown. But this is Argentina's road. And we're going to cover this as we go along. But just to give you a little bit of a visual, this could be who Argentina face as their World Cup journey goes along. Hopefully, as far as possible, because these are the big teams we want to see. Now, we're going to break things down a little bit. If you know me, I'm a football coach. I like breaking the system down. So if you look at the left-hand side, the first slide, well, what do we have? Argentina operate on a high pressing and a quick transition basis. And you saw that against Algeria. In fact, their first goal, they win the ball back. McAllister, bang, into Messi. Couple of touches out of his feet, goal. And it's the prime example of their high press, their quick transitions, and their midfield control. Okay, and their freedom for Messi. So all those points that I have at the bottom, well, that's the reality. That's what you see. We also have the wide play and overlap. So when Argentina build, Malini and Tagliafico go, and they're actually now playing a sort of 2-5-3 system in possession that I didn't see enough from, for example, Portugal. And also what they do is they don't just keep their three sat there. McAllister will go higher. Enzo will go higher. And it's actually a 2-4-2-3 system in possession, which gives them so many angles to get the ball. And if Messi drops and they play the two strikers and then the fullbacks give them the width, well, it's actually now a 2-2-4-2 system in possession. Okay. And I probably should have my tactics board when I'm explaining all this. Let me know if you'd rather hear this verbally with the graphics on the scene, or if you do want me to give you a little bit of a coach analysis with a tactics board. Not yet sure how I'm going to do that. Maybe there's a software that anyone can recommend where I can get a digital tactics board out and show things, or worst case, I'll have a second camera maybe somewhere and record it on my own tactics board. But I just love their tactical flexibility in the way that they play. And on the other side, you see their key players, their biggest threats, and I think it's very clear. I think it's very clear, and I love the little title that I put: "One Team, One Nation, One Dream," because they achieved this dream already in 2022. And I look at this team, and the more I look at it, the more I think they have a chance. I mean, the players like Messi, like Martínez, like Álvarez, like Fernández, Rodrigo de Paul, all Martinez's that they have, actually. They've got 3. They're a top team, guys. And I think a lot of teams are going to find it very difficult to play against Argentina. However, as with every single good team, as with every single nation, there are weaknesses and concerns. Do Argentina have too much of a reliance on Lionel Messi? Are their defensive transitions going to be good enough if they really push and go for it, and then they can get caught? A lot of their players are aging and hitting the 30s. Are they going to be able to break down low blocks? We've seen Spain struggle with that already at this World Cup. We've seen Portugal struggle with that already at this World Cup. Argentina did beat Algeria 3-0, but I don't think they created millions of chances. I think it was simply Messi's hat-trick brilliance. But what if he has a bad day at the office, which doesn't happen often, but what if? Do they have enough? And the simple pressure of defending the title, is it too much for them? Is that too much for Argentina to go? And then there's obviously the opponents that could cause them problems. England yesterday against Croatia under Thomas Tuchel, terrific. France, I've already said, in my opinion, are the team to beat. Brazil, who are underwhelming, but they have Carlo Ancelotti, and I'm already hearing that in training he's trying different systems, different players, different things. He's not resting. He wants this World Cup. Spain, who have always been fantastic in tournaments, in my opinion, from a tactical in possession perspective, they are still the best DNA of football. They were underwhelming, but again, maybe it's just them slowly building their way into it. I've already filmed my England and France video. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I am going to film another video on Brazil and Spain as well. Don't worry. That's coming. So is one on Portugal, Uruguay, and USA. They're coming. And the Blue Gaffers prediction. Well, what is my prediction? I said in my original prediction that I suspect a quarterfinal for Argentina. I'm pushing it now into a semi-final. But I don't think they're going to go all the way. I think there is a little bit too much from France, from England, for Argentina to be able to retain this time around. But I'm not ruling it out. And it's going to be very, very interesting how far Argentina can go. And I'm loving the World Cup because I'm staying up to ridiculous hours. I'm putting in so much time and hard work into this YouTube channel, and I'm glad the community is growing. And we're getting even thousands of views in some videos. And we're building a real community. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe. Comment your thoughts. Give me feedback on these videos. Do you want me to be here with a tactics board and give you a more tactical coaching insight? Do you like this style? I've done a completely different style to the other videos. And I think this is so much better because I see things on screen. You guys see things on screen. The graphics are better. The audio is better. The quality is better. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there a little bit. And there's going to be so much World Cup content to come. And don't worry, don't think I'm just a World Cup channel that then goes away. No. Then there's going to be the Premier League, a lot of videos about Chelsea being a Chelsea van, Champions League. I'm from Poland, so I want to make some videos on the national team and how I think they need to improve. Some real world coaching insights and I'm going to do a little video about me, a Q&A about me and how I coached against actually some of these players that you see on screen. No, I'm not lying. And you'll see that in the video. So there's a lot that's going to happen on this channel and I'm looking forward to it. And I want you here as part of the journey, guys. So thank you for being here. Okay. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.